right, here we are. Week 3 of my weekly video cast, not podcast, video cast. As you see what I got going on here, this helmet once was all black. I custom painted now. I custom painted his last catcher's mask. Got it all custom painted. Of course, then Peter had to do his own, and I was happy with it. I was okay. He did this. He did that a little bit. I was okay with it. And then he had to put the numbers, and he has handwriting like his mother. So that was that. We have Padawan Pee-wee, Brooklyn Cyclones, bobblehead. All right. So first things first. We still got the whole Astros debacle. You know, I mean, listen. And they're saying there's got to be repercussions. You know, there's got to be a price to pay. How does there have to be a price to pay when they were told we're giving you immunity? Do people understand what immunity means? It means if you talk, we can't come after you. Otherwise, we'd never know what's going on. So listen. It is what it is. All right? The Astros, they did what they did, you know, and we know it because we promised them we will not penalize you if you tell us what happened. And listen, let's call a spade a spade. How about all the years, everybody, all these teams, all juiced up, steroids, everything else? You know, now, did they take it too far? Yeah, definitely took it too far. You know, I mean, everybody steals signs. Guys on second base, they're stealing signs from the catcher. You know, and that's the legit way of stealing signs. These guys had cameras out there relaying it out. I get it. I understand it. Trust me, I understand it. It's done. It's over. It is over. They cheated. It is what it is. Move on. It's dopiness. To the point that I'll get to it later on. As you see, just came out. Little League rule book. So that's that. Second thing, in May, Fast and Furious 9 is hitting the movie. I can't believe there's 9 of these things. And I can't believe I've seen every one of them. So except for the last one, I forgot what it was even called. It was Fast and Furious Presents, I don't know, The Rock and, what's the guy's name? Jason Strahan? No, not Strahan. Whatever. Whoever the guy was. So, you know, that comes out in May, Memorial Day weekend. That's that. Local news. North Arlington / Kearney / Sea Caucus ice hockey team is in the state tournament. Next week, they have game 1. So, you know, good luck to those guys. Phenomenal job representing NA. Excellent job. And lastly, before I start getting into things, you know, breaking news. I actually just asked my wife about this, and she's oblivious that this is even going on. But Steven Spielberg's adopted daughter. Now, apparently he adopted 6 kids. Mikaela George Spielberg. So, the deal is, she is now let me make sure I get this right. She is now a self-produced solo adult film star. So, all right. So let's just kind of touch base on this just real quick. So she's a solo... So she's a solo porn star, and she's 20-something years old, 26. So she promised her 40-something-year-old fiance who's a professional dart player, that she will not do films with other people. She'll only do solo films. I'm not... Okay. And she's produced... Which leads me to think... I just don't understand... First of all, what is the job of a porn star producer? Like, how are you producing? I don't... Like, are they really producing... Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I just don't understand I don't understand the whole situation. And you're Steven Spielberg's daughter. I mean, come on. Come on. I mean, this is like can you have any more of a cry of attention? Just enjoy the life you have because your father made E.T. So that's that. And there's, not to say, who's that other porn star you told me about?
From 90 Day Fiancé?
90 Day Fiancé. There's a porn star in there. Who's she hooked up with? Who's she linked to?
Bryson's grandmother. I don't know who Annie.
Yes. Whoever watches 90 Day Fiancé. Now, I have absolutely no life, so I watch it on Sundays. So when I'm feeling, it makes me feel like my life is normal. When I'm watching 90 Day Fiancé, and I'm watching all these people cargo in, these people from Nicaragua, all kinds of, and they got to get married in 90 days. So, okay. So if you watch 90 Day Fiancé, you'll know the guy from Florida. I don't even know the guy's name, but he's got the kid, Bryson, the little kid. And he brought the broad over from Dominican Republic. And so they're hooked up with these other couples. And the one girl, she's a porn star. Let me tell you something. And if anything, I would think porn is more accessible now than when I was a kid. And like when I was a kid and I watched porn, like these girls were like, I don't know. I mean, But now I'm looking at like this girl on 90 Day Fiancé who's supposed to be this big porn star. And, Steven Spielberg's daughter. And I'm not one to judge. But I mean, if these girls are porn stars, I don't say it. I just do not say who's paying them? Who's paying them? First of all, to see her solo, it blows my mind. It blows my mind. But all right, so let's move on to that. Now we have Little League. Little League coming up. I cannot wait. One of my favorite times of the year. Now, as you can see, 2020 Little League Handbook. Look at this. Can you believe this is the rule book for Little League for kids to play baseball?
It's gotten a lot thicker.
It gets thicker by the year. And it's just... It's unreal. But, and in Little League, and it's going around. I see it going viral. I see this going viral all over the place. All these towns, all these states, they're actually banning the Astros jersey. I just got to clear this up a little bit, just a little bit, because last year, as you could see, my son, the team I coached, we were the Astros. We were the Astros. Now, with that said, I am changing my team this year. It has nothing to do with what's going on in the world with the Astros. It has nothing to do with it. It actually has everything to do with, I'm very, and as, a real good close friend of mine who coaches with me, Coach Kairos, he knows I'm very superstitious. I'm extremely superstitious. Last year, we won one game. So we need to change. We need to tweak it. And, if I remained the Astros, worst case scenario, I would just take the garbage can out of the dugout and we would have no issues. But we're going with the Cardinals. As you can see, PB3, a.k.a. Devastator, he was there when Christian played with the Cardinals. This is before PB3 started. My wife doesn't want me to say his name on camera. This is before he started playing baseball, but he was there. As you can see, he was there on our Mother's Day celebration that we had with the Cardinals. And I chose the Cardinals because when I took the Cardinals over, the year before, they were winless. They didn't win any games. We came in, we changed that whole team around, and, we were a contending team. So we're going to be the Cardinals this year. PB3/Devastator. Going to be wearing what his brother wore. Cardinals jersey. Looking to get that minor league championship. We'll see what happens. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good about it. We got our draft coming up. We'll see how that all pans out. Now, lastly, XFL. First of all, I'm going to start off with... First, I'm not reading notes. This is actually my XFL picks. So, right now, as everybody knows, we're doing the Beat King Ben Challenge. So, right now, after 2 weeks, I'm 4-4. After 2 weeks, I'm 4-4. Brooklyn Godfather is 6-2. Christian, my middle son, well, if you talk to St. Mary's, he's not technically my son, but Christian is 5-3. And then PB3, he should be tied for first at 6-2. He's 5-3. He did a rookie mistake. He would have went undefeated. He should be tied for first. In the last second before the game began, he heard me explaining to Christian how the point spread works, because you got to pick this with the point spreads. He hears the Guardians versus the Defenders. Guardians are getting 6. He was like, whoa, I'm getting 6 off the... He changes, and he loses. He should have went undefeated. He should be tied for first. And kind of trying to... He's clawing his way out. He's like at the bottom of the well. Coach Stiegel is at 2-6. Whew. So, with that said, I got game 1. Houston Roughnecks at the Tampa Bay Vipers. And first of all, let me just say something. I'm kind of digging the Vipers. I love the jerseys. I might be a Vipers fan. I might be a Vipers fan because of the jerseys. The Guardians, let me tell you something. Maybe the home team. And I got to say, McGloin is the biggest crybaby I ever seen. He's blaming everything on the coach. I mean, their coach is like a seasoned... This guy is like, he's getting ready to get sacked, and he's purposely launching the ball up. And when it gets intercepted, he's blaming everybody else but him. So I might be... If this season lasts longer than this year, I might be a Vipers fan. I like the colors. I love the colors. But okay, that's neither here nor there. We have Houston Roughnecks at Tampa Bay Vipers. I am taking the Houston Roughnecks, and I am laying 6.5. Game 2, we got the Dallas Renegades at Jim Zorn's Seattle Dragons. Both teams are 1-1. Very close on letting up touchdowns, scoring touchdowns. I'm going to go with the Seattle Dragons getting 5 at home. That's right. Game 3. This is a big one. This is a very big game. We have the New York Guardians at the St. Louis Battlehawks. And the Battlehawks, if they had nicer jerseys, I'm not lying. If they had nicer jerseys, I'd be a Battlehawks fan through and through. Because they're always like, everybody thinks they stink, and now they're coming out and they're like, really, they're getting things done. They're really getting things done. Now, both teams are 1-1. Guardians looked horrible last week against the DC Defenders. Couldn't score a touchdown, couldn't do a thing. I wanted to vomit watching that game. But Guardians are getting 10 points. I'm taking the Guardians plus 10. I think the Battlehawks are going to win. I think they're going to win by a touchdown, though. I think that plus 10 is going to help me out. Last game, we got the DC Defenders at the LA Wildcats. You know, the Wildcats, I don't like them. Defenders are 2-0. Wildcats are 0-2. Defenders' defense, from what I've seen now in 2 weeks, and as sad and as pathetic as it is, I've been watching most of the XFL games. Defenders' defense is actually on point. They really are. Their defense is tight. So I'm taking the Defenders, giving 8.5. So I got the Roughnecks laying 6.5. I'm taking the Dragons and I'm getting 5. Taking the Guardians and I'm getting 10 from the New York Guardians. And I'm taking the Defenders laying 8.5. With that said, $5, 4-game parlay. When I win all 4 of those, I should have went with PB3's picks last week. I would have won it. And nothing worse than I lost on the Guardian game last week in game 1. You know how miserable and it ruined your weekend when you're playing a parlay and the first friggin' game you lose out of the gate. Why even bother watching it? There's nothing worse. So out of the gate, I lost the first game. I know my entire bet's over. $5, 4-game parlay is going to win me $66.54. So that's that. Only thing that makes me nervous is I got to call the Brooklyn Godfather. Coach Stiegel, who is 2-6, his picks are identical to mine. That terrifies me. That absolutely terrifies me because I don't know. So last thing I'm going to do, my wife gave me these Takis Fuego. I know usually I don't do a food thing, but hot chili pepper and lime tortilla chips. I don't know if you can see that. I got my Pure Leaf. Love Pure Leaf now. Unofficial drink of King Ben right now. If they want to sponsor me, they can go ahead. Then I'll make them the official sponsor of King Ben. Right now they're the unofficial. They don't want to sponsor. We might move that out of the way then, but we'll see what happens. So, but if they then we'll just we'll bring that right back in there if they want to sponsor. All right, Takis Fuego. Actually, good lime flavor. Oh, wait a minute. Got nervous at first. I thought it was going to be a bad... Just a small little aftershock in the throat. But that's that. Last thing, I want to bring up something I just remembered. I'm not sure yet. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do this. I did get a text from Coach Chericella, the famous Coach Chericella that I've coached with for many, many years. He's actually got a very, very good suggestion he made to me. Brooklyn Godfather's not really digging it. He says it's hard to do. He says we may need like a bypass, like either a triple bypass or a quadruple bypass if we do Coach Chericella's recommendation. I like it. It's something I'm going to... I like it so much, I got to figure out how I'm going to do this. but it'll take place in March. So keep that in mind. With that said, Takis Fuegos, good little, I like it. Not bad. All right. Until next time, that's that. You like that, baby? You want more of that? You want more of that?